Hey, what's going on, y'all? Sam the Slam here. Welcome back to a brand new Slam to Me review. About to go to bed. Today's been something else. But earlier today, I tried watching The Prowler. I ended up passing out my recliner right here. So, The Prowler I'll be watching The Prowler sometime. I don't know when, but that'll be on the list for sure. But the thing is, I wanted to watch a film before I go to bed. I wanted to distract myself from going to bed, or I wanted to distract myself, something to do. And I got movies to watch, and I want to get them done. And so I always keep passing by 1980s. We're here for 1980s Inferno, directed by the legendary Italian director Dario himself, Dario Argento. And this is a film I wanted to watch. I mean, there were some found footage films or POV style films that I wanted to watch, but it's like I wanted to get out and watch a movie per se. And so yeah, that's why I decided to do it. And watching this film, this watching Inferno, I got done. It was an hour and 44. Basically, yeah, it was an hour and basically 43 minutes for this film. Now it's gonna be kind of a sucky review in a way because I'm just gonna spoil it out for you and everything. But I mean, Dario Argento's films I've watched before. This is part of the Three Mothers saga. This is the second of the Three Mothers saga because the first one was Suspiria, the second one's Inferno, and the third one's the Mother of Tears. Now the thing is though, Suspiria is the first one, but this one is like it explains everything. Because in Suspiria, it doesn't explain, like in the very beginning, it doesn't explain like there's three mothers. They're in this building. There's I can't say their name, but there's three mothers. Sorry, I don't have another phone to do my research right now. But yeah, free old witches. You get me. Yeah, free witches. You got there's the fucking Mater Tenebrarum, or I don't know, but she's the oldest witch, and she's from the Suspiria movie. And this one, the Inferno, is the Mater Tenebrarum. I can't say it. Sorry, but she's the youngest, and she's the cruelest. I don't know how she was the cruelest. I mean, they're all the same. They kill. But then again, if that was her that killed the girls, I mean, yeah, it was a gruesome death. But the thing is, though, this film, I mean, like I said, Suspiria, it doesn't explain it. This one, it does. When it first begins, this film, it has this woman named Rose Elliott, and she's like this. She gets this book, and she's into this book, The Three Mothers, and then there's like when it first starts out, it just has her goes underneath or just no knocks this antique guy Kazanian or Kazanadian about, oh, is that book true, the book I bought from you. And she there's it's just a mysterious, it's suspenseful, it's very mystery, like I said. And she goes down in the cellar, and then she drops her necklace, and she fuckings up, falling to her fucking death, or not falling, but you see these dead bodies here on this lake, or not lake, but like this water underneath this house. There's apartment complex or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's very slow. This film is very patient, if I would have to say. I mean, the thing is though, I mean, before I get all into it, but I mean, it's very mysterious. It's suspenseful. It's supernatural. Um, but it's kind of dull. The story is fucking dull. I'm sorry. The story, it's kind of boring. But the thing is, though, this film does get a thumbs up from me because of the visuals, of the presentation, of the colors that Dario Argento uses, like in these buildings and like where like these underground dungeons or wherever the fuck they are, underground cellars. I mean, I love how he pictures it. It's amazing, but the story and the acting was very just not per. It just wasn't that good in my opinion. I mean, first of all, the guy named the Mark, who's played by Leigh McCloskey. I don't know his, but not much expression from this guy. I mean, this guy, he was the lead. Well, at first, when you watch this film, you looked at like he's not the lead. It's his sister, and then it goes back to him, and then it goes back to her friend Elise, who's played by Daria, Daria Nicolodi, which is basically Dario Argento's second wife or whatever, who is Asia Argento's mother. But I have no fun. I mean, it's just I care for him. And then the Rose is played by Irene Miracle, and Elise is, like I said, Daria Nicolodi, and then Kazanian. Those are the three people. But then again, you see I forget her name. You see the apartments, the head of the apartment or the owner of the building, and it's kind of confusing because you think they're part of it, but no, they're not. They're just bad on their own. It means just it just it's before I go with the plot and everything. It's just it was a good story. I mean, the story it's just it was just kind of dull. You get right through it and everything, though. But the visuals, the score is did by Keith Emerson. Um, I love the score. The score. I mean, the thing is that the music helps this film out so much. And Goblin did Suspiria. I gotta watch more movies with Goblin scores because Goblin is one hell of a progressive band, but their soundtracks and their scores is amazing. But Keith Emerson did a good job. I like the sound of this. But let's just go to the story. I mean, it's just Rose. She's very entitled. She's very into this Three Mothers saga. She just gets this book and she's been doing research and stuff, and she gets into the darkness, and you follow her, and then she mails her brother who's in Rome, who's in majoring in musicology or whatever. He's hallucinating over here with this evil ass looking woman with her cat. Yeah, they got cats on here. You got some cat there, dickheads. And the thing is, it's just you see her per se. You know, like the very first 10 minutes, she's down underneath this water, and she sees these carcasses, these bodies. She gets involved, and then she don't die per se, but you know her death was pretty gruesome. Her death was pretty gruesome. Her head, someone's holding her neck, and then she's getting like guillotined. Bloody as can be. You know the blood's great. Italian Giallo or Gallo or whatever it means. Blood, they got that right. The blood and everything, the special effects, everything. They got that right. The score and everything, but just the story and the acting was just very subpar. Um, and like I said, the brother Mark. I mean, just when he sees his fucking sister, because he comes there and then he comes back and then she gets into more shit, and then she's dying. She's well, she don't want to be by herself, but she ended up getting her. No, actually, hold on. Yeah, I'm so now I'm getting really confused. So basically, you had Rose, and then now I'm just lost now. I mean, because you had her friend, then you had Mark had his friend named Sarah, and then Sarah gets in his business. That's the thing too. His friend just gets into his business, grabs a ladder, and she's fucking nosing around. and then she fucking dies. And the way she when she comes, she like tears this portrait down, and then she's dead, and then Mark's just looking at her, like not even looking at her, and it's just weird. Like I don't know what happened. She was dead already. You know, her fucking his sister Rose dies. I forgot what happened. Oh well, fuck. I didn't care anyway. I mean, he's just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and he gets into this fucking wraparound story. You meet the fucking like the head of the owners of this apartment building, which you think that they know about what's going on, but no, they're just bad as them. And I liked it when they got killed, and blood and eyes and everything. But it's just I don't know. And then you see this old guy who's there with this nurse, and this nurse looks kind of fucky, and you find out later that she is the she's the youngest and cruelest mother, and you find out that Veratelli, he's the guy that wrote these books, he's the old guy. And also, by the way, too, but with the when I told you about the antique guy, Kazadian, he is a fucking he has a crutches, and he walks with these fucking crutches everywhere he goes, but he always leaves the fucking windows open, and he gets all these fucking cats, and he thinks the cats are coming from that fucking building. So cats are portrayed as evil motherfuckers, like they were biting the shit out of Elise, or not, well, was it Elise or was it? I don't know. Sorry, I told you this review's gonna suck, but I mean, cats are assholes on here, and also fucking because well then again I don't care, but Kazadian takes these cats and puts them in a fucking bag. Then he just gets his fucking crutches and he fucking goes into his fucking damn like in this at the park or whatever in the middle of this, and he goes in and he's trying to drown these fucking cats, and then his dumbass drowns them, and his dumbass ends up fucking karma comes to collect, falls on his ass, can't split up, and he's near these fucking rats, and these rats bite the eat the living hell out of him or bite the shit out of him, and he's trying to get help, right? And there's this fucking hot dog guy. See, this is the things that some of the Dario Argento has got. There's these scenes. It's like, okay, what the fuck? Who? This fucking guy. He's gonna help. He's gonna come help the guy. He's like, help! They're eating me alive. This guy with the fucking machete. He works in this food truck or this hot dog truck. Comes and runs, and then he just fucking stabs the shit or decapitates the Kazadian's neck, and we don't know who the fuck. That's the shit that doesn't make any sense. This shit. But then Mark gets into the shit. He finds more out, and then and she's deaf, and it's funny because her real self is deaf, and then Vercelli, the guy, the white old guy, he can't talk, but he can talk on this machine, like he's fucking Peter Frampton, and he tries to kill him. And then he meets what's her face, the nurse who is actually one of the mothers, and this bitch didn't touch Mark. I mean, she uses fire there, but I mean, she didn't even touch him, and she turns into death. It just basically looks like it's just the Grim Reaper, and he just fucking kicks the door open and then runs, and the whole place is on fire anyway because of the old bitch, that old fuckity bitch fell to her death. With rats or cats. Keep it. I think no. I think that was Elise's cat. I don't know, but it's sorry. It goes back and forth, and then his friend dies, his sister dies, and then his sister's friend Elise he's with for a minute, and then she dies too. But and then oh yeah, a scene in this film, and he's fucking oh my heart, I can't breathe. Like some demonic breathing. I don't, or some wind. I don't know. I don't care. But at the very end, it's just basically like the ending of Suspiria. Now I've watched Suspiria before. I never have it reviewed it. I have never reviewed it yet. I mean, I would like to review it. But basically, this ending was basically the same thing as Suspiria. He's leaving the fucking building as the witch is burning and dead. And that's what it is. And that's the ending. That's the ending. I mean, it's basically all together, just a supernatural thing, against these witches, and then you get some of the shit that it's like Kanzanian getting killed. Like, well, who the fuck was that? Well, I mean, we still don't fucking know. But this film, it gets a thumbs up for the presentation. I mean, the cinematography. I mean, just the visuals of this and the score. Now, the story. I mean, just in the acting per se, I thought was a letdown. I mean, it's just and the story drags on. It's very slow, though. You gotta be very patient with this film. But then again, I didn't really get my hopes up. Really, I mean, not hopes up, but I mean, just really wasn't that appeasing to me. Do I recommend this? Of all the three Mother films, and the thing is, though, I've seen Suspiria, I now have seen Inferno, and I've seen the third one, which is Mother of Tears, and I've never seen that film again. That film's fucked up. With a fucking this random scene where this mother fucking drops her fucking newborn baby, like maybe a few months old, and breaks its neck and it falls in the river. I mean, and it was very gruesome. It's very bloody, and that came out in the 2000s. I mean, he waited like 20 years just to get it done. But after watching all of it, I mean, the most gruesome is Mother of Tears. This is the weak one. Of all the of all the films between Suspiria, I mean, yeah, you got some kills and stuff here, but Suspiria had much more devastating. I mean, that first 15 minutes. I mean, you got it's just. I think it's more gruesome in Suspiria. This one, but this one's the weakest. I put the Mother of Tears as the most gruesome of all, and the Suspiria second, and this is the third. But I ain't gonna watch. I'll watch Suspiria, but I ain't watching Mother of Tears. No, thank you. I have no desire to watch that film. I'm sorry. I don't care. But the thing is, though, I mean, do I recommend this film? I mean, I recommend it for the Dario Argento series, but as the Mother of Tears series, this is the weakest. Um, just, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, this film's okay. I mean, it gets a thumbs up for the visuals and and the music score, but the story and the acting and stuff was a. But I would not rewatch this. This is not rewatchable. There was nothing memorable about this film, like I said, except the music and stuff. I mean, it's very just slow paced, and it's like oh, but I mean oh well. But that is my thoughts of it. Um, and it makes me want to watch more of Dario Argento's films. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I talked too much though. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to fucking bed. But I want to get this done. I'm glad I got to finally watch it. So, but I'm STS though, and I'm gonna say again, double negative. I'm STS. Thank you for watching the Slammy review, and we'll see you next time.